Welcome to the GFL Network, your 24/7 combat connection. I'm your host, Rich Quinones, here to give you an in-depth look at the world of combat sports. We've got interviews with heavy hitters, a roundtable discussion with GFL's panel of experts, and highlights of the best fights from the world of Muay Thai, boxing, and MMA. And joining me is my broadcast partner, Susie Selleck. Welcome, Susie.
We also have an in-depth, behind-the-scenes look at the most prominent MMA promotions company on the East Coast. Cage Fury Fighting Championships and Rich sit down with an exclusive interview with CEO Rob Hayduk, who discusses CFFC, the upcoming fights, and CFFC's future plans. Rich also sits down with Amir Hardcore Mansour for an exclusive GFL interview with the hardest-hitting boxer in the area.
And we round out the show with the best highlights from the most intense MMA, boxing, and Muay Thai events from around the world and give you a preview of what to expect next.
So get ready for some hard-hitting action right here on GFL Network, your 24/7 combat connection. You can't talk about MMA without mentioning CFFC, which puts on a crowd-pleasing show. First, let's take a look at these title fights that brought the house down.
This kid's well-rounded, and he's got the ability to beat Paul Felder tonight. Paul, the Irish Dragon Felder. This kid's fun to watch. Paul is pissed off, and he's fighting in his backyard.
Well, Stevens actually said, quote, "You know what? I beat up people for money, and that's what I'm going to do." You taste your own blood, that fires you up sometimes.
Looks like Paul's wearing some of Mark's blood on his own face there.
Oh, good
body
kick. Oh! Stevens counters with a right haymaker. Pushes Felder up against the cage. Both these two tough chins, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Little role reversal here, Mike.
Felder turning Stevens around there for a second. Nice knee.
Yep. 3.5 to go, round number 2. Slated for 5 for this title fight. Good knee again by Felder, and then comes with an elbow.
Really good with those short elbows.
Very compact, too, doing some damage. And he knows where that cut is, too, Mike.
Yeah, he's trying to work it. Again, I think Felder should try to create space here and separate. And Stevens looks like he's getting a little tired. Mouth open.
Through in that clinch. See who's going to get the dominant position here. Bookwater keeping an eye on him. Good knee strike and followed up with another elbow by Felder. Felder again comes in with a 6-0 mark. Stevens crafty, 16-8.
Stevens trying to turn his head away from Felder, trying to turn that cut away from him so he can't land that.
I actually think if Stevens drops his left hand, he might be able to spin away. Oh! Good elbow right there,
Yes.
Mike.
Mark Stevens only been finished by strikes 3 times in 24 fights. Yeah, Paul Felder is fighting with a purpose tonight. He looks extremely motivated, man. I'm very impressed with him.
He's fighting with a chip on his shoulder, rightfully so, after really being called out.
And he's looking for the rear naked.
This might be it, Mike.
Wow, wow, this could be it,
This
Rich.
could be it.
That's it, that's it,
This
he's
could
out.
be it.
He's
Wait
out.
for it.
He's gonna go, he peels the hand away.
Not yet, not yet. Stevens showing some guts.
Wow.
Bookwater watching him closely for that hand. Seeing
Wow.
if that hand drops.
What's shocking is Stevens isn't even trying to peel the hands
Well,
off.
now there's a question if Felder starts raining some haymakers on that cut. See if Bookwater comes in and stops it.
Stevens doing the right thing here, trying to hold on hold Felder down to prevent him from posturing up.
And that's all he can do.
He's going to try to spin for an armbar.
He can't absorb any more blows.
Oh, that
goodness,
one landed flush.
Felder, a little ground and pound. Look at that pool of blood in the cage. Oh, Stevens is in trouble. He's trying to cover up.
Mark Stevens is tough.
Look at the blood all over the cage. Felder just raining rights down.
Stevens is tough and scrappy. He's hanging in there.
A lot of guts. Now he's covering up a
Felder
little
trying
bit.
to finish.
Brookwater looking closely. See if he steps
This could be it.
in.
He might stop it here.
He's looking closely.
That's
it.
it.
Oh, it's all over. What an upset. Paul the Irish Dragon, breathing fire in the cage, wins the vacant CFFC lightweight title.
Very impressive, Rich. Very, very impressive performance by Paul Felder.
If you had to ask me right now, I really can't score this fight. It's very tight.
Yeah, it's very tight, but I think Heckman's gaining more confidence, and I think he's frustrating Makashvili. I don't think this is the way Makashvili thought this fight was going to go.
Well, we'll see who comes out like gangbusters here. We check out our aerial shot back down center of the cage. Scott Heckman in the red tights, Lamont Makashvili in the black tights. This one's slated for 5. They'll engage, under 4 to go, round number 4.
Makashvili initiating the wrestling,
Yeah,
something he said he wouldn't do.
Look at that welt on Makashvili again. That left leg, courtesy of those strikes.
Wow.
The reversal there by Heckman, they get back up.
Heckman is a very difficult to
Slippery
hold down.
sucker in the cage.
A great group of guys up there.
Good combination there by
that might have hurt.
Makashvili. Yeah, caught Heckman there. Oh, and another knee by Makashvili.
Makashvili going in for the kill.
He's fired up right now, Mike Adams. Trying to end this one. Heckman's got to cover up. He's backing up. He's in trouble.
Got to keep his hands up.
Pressed up against the cage. See if that poise comes in. He's a 21-fight veteran.
That's
Is
the
Heckman-
danger. That's why I said Makashvili's a dangerous fighter.
Makashvili
and this is
raining down
why.
lows. Gasper Oliver watching it closely. Heckman is in trouble. He's hurt. He's dazed.
He is. He's got to hang in there. He's hurt
He
bad.
doesn't have his guard up. Gasper Oliver might step in. Makashvili could close this one out. There's a knee. There's another knee strike. Heckman's fading fast. Oh, mercy. Makashvili has him. He's got him tired. I don't know what in the world is keeping Heckman up. That was a
Heckman's hurt
vicious
bad.
elbow. Oh, and another knee.
Makashvili trying to finish it, trying to close the show, Rich.
Oh, and a good combo, though. Heckman fights back with
He
a lot
does,
of heart.
man. Tremendous.
And those fights, him throwing punches is allowing this fight to go on.
Another knee, Rich.
If he doesn't throw his arms, Gasper Oliver's going to step
That's
in.
it.
And he
That's
does.
it.
Gasper Oliver
He dropped
steps
him.
in. Oh, my goodness. Lamont Makashvili is your new CFFC featherweight champ. Oh, mercy.
Rich.
He caged the animal.
You said he was dangerous. I said the whole time he's a dangerous fighter, and if he hurts you, he smells blood, and he swarmed on Scott the Animal Heckman, and that's what Makashvili brings to the table.
Are you kidding me? Fights like this happen all the time at Cage Fury Fighting Championships, and you can only get it here on GFL. GFL's arms reach around the world. Let's take a look at some of our events from here.
Oh, big hook. Yep.
Good. Oh!
Big shot. Big shot.
Left hook. And Phil won't let you off. He will go for the stoppage.
Yeah, could take the prize here.
Oh!
And that is it for me. That is it. The referee's going to stop this bout. Jabbar's told us he's going to concentrate on the head today.
We got caught. Oh,
He's
he's
been
gone
caught
down.
badly, yep. It's a big shot. Big shot, Kieran.
And I'll tell you what. Oh!
That could be game, set, and match here.
This is Sandstorm, Anton Cannon, ETA 3 minutes over.
Oh, he nailed him there.
Good shot. His corner must have really told him you can just go combinate and get this guy out of here. And that's
Hector
what he's trying to
Perez
do.
unloading, and this fight is over.
Down he came with the overhand right, clipped it once, clipped it twice, put it to the ground at the end of the fight.
Good right, comes back, tries to work that uppercut again. Orocho fighting forward. He's got a good chin. He'll take some punches. Oh, he's got good.
I was just about to say.
Oh,
I was just
Orocho
about
with
to
a
say.
left hook.
Oh, the next shot. The next. Ooh.
Good left.
Ooh.
Oh, and another right by Odom. Left and a right comes back.
Right hand. Ooh.
Good right
Nice
cross.
right hand.
Moon goes
Nice.
down with a
I've seen
vicious
it.
right
That's-
cross.
that's-
Certainly, I'm sure Gary Rosado is
Oh,
going to keep an eye
nice
on
right
that.
hand.
What
Right
a
on
right.
the button.
Big Daddy here, stand by.
Well, that might be a good strategy. Counter off it, but he's got to throw some punches, Carter does.
Well, the grown, you may look awkward, but look at this. He load him up. The referee stops the fight. There are about 10 unanswered punches.
Concrete Bravo 2, awaiting coordinates. Over. 26751 12409. Over.
Look at Cal Hewitt landing some monster shots.
And down. Etherington down again. Exchanging leg kicks. Oh, and down goes Lomas.
John Watson is an absolute
Without
animal. He's
a
somebody
doubt.
to watch out for.
Big Daddy, this is Sandstorm. Downtown Cannon. ETA 3 minutes. Over.
We're looking at Paul Song taking on Greg Parker. Song 2-1. Parker 3-0. And Jessica, what does it say about the fighters and their mentality when you have an undefeated 3-0 and Parker taking on a 2-1 Song? Nobody's looking for an easy way out here, are they? He's almost going to get
taken again. Closing seconds of the round. Oh, and that's under the chin. This might be it.
Imagine that. Imagine that. He survived so much rear naked choke offense for so long. He bloodies his opponent in return, and then in the closing seconds.
If you're a fan of the sweet science, GFL covers boxing from all angles. Let's take a look at some hard-hitting action.
On right and down goes Brooks.
Murray with new black trunks and the red trim. Oh, he stunned him right there. Oh, goodness.
He's hurt. Be able to throw punches, man, for 4 rounds.
Oh, goodness.
And he is out.
Sprinting out of a hole. Oh, connect. Oh, goodness. Tyrone Davis.
Breaking.
Good body shot. Almost got him a little, though. Oh, what a left eye. Oh, Brown's going down. They're going to stop it. 4. Looks like they're going to jump in and stop this one. That's going to be.
Hey, but, you know, Jimmy Walker.
Oh, that's it. Oh, Coy knocks him out with a vicious right. As we take a look at a very happy Ray Robinson with a bunch of belts.
With your combat sportive choices, MMA, boxing, Muay Thai, maybe all of them, GFL has you covered. We're going to dive right into some more boxing as GFL traveled to Dover Downs in the heart of Dover, Delaware, where Cornelius Locke took on William Gonzalez in a 10-round bout that our own Rich Quinones had the pleasure of calling with local fan favorite Amir Hardcore Mansour.
Welcome back, everyone, to Championship Boxing, presented by Champs Management, Dover Downs Hotel and Casino. This is our main event. A lot on the line. Rich Quinones ringside with my broadcast partner, Amir Hardcore Mansour. That man, William Gonzalez, trying to spoil the party. He will take on Cornelius Lightning Locke, slated for 10 rounds. What is on the line, my friend? The NABA featherweight title again for Cornelius Locke. We saw him absolutely overpower Rogers Matumba. I spoke to Locke this week, and he believes this is the second arc of his career, and he wasn't able to get some fights when he wanted to early on in his career. He overwhelmed Matagua, and he believes if he wins tonight, he gets in the top 15, he can make some noise in 2014.
Oh, for sure. When you have a guy like Locke, you know, that has the type of skill set that he has, you know, and he has the heart and he's driven, you know, in that aspect, he can really accomplish what he needs to accomplish. It's going to be up to him and this guy here and how much he wants it, you know. When you fighting, when you got a title on the line, both guys' records are evenly, you know, sort of evenly matched.
Gonzalez in the blue trunks, Locke in the black trunks, and we are underway from the Rollins Center in Dover Downs Hotel and Casino, and there is a lot on the line. All the great fighters, they make adjustments during the fight.
Goodness!
Oh my mercy! Speaking of adjustment.
And he made the same mistake he made the first knockdown.
By Gonzalez, mercy me!
Down, he's going back with his hands down, and he's just backing up, you know, hands down, backing up, knocking down the same way the first knockdown. And you know, everybody's told in the gym, man, when you pull out, don't pull out with your chin up and your hands down. And look, perfect example of what not to do. That sounds good. And like I said, that's it.
Mercy, that might be it! Oh my goodness, Cornelius Locke took a right.
That's it.
Oh my goodness, William Gonzalez.
And like I said, man, when you landing those type of shots, even though you're giving those type of shots out and you're getting caught with those type of shots.
Watch this.
Here's the exchange, and he got a very good angle.
Oh, what a knockout. Locke doesn't get up, and Gonzalez will win the vacant NABA featherweight title because of that right. Oh, mercy, good night. We had the pleasure of taking an inside look at up-and-coming rising star Dusty Hernandez Harrison prior to tonight's contest. A week or so out before one of the biggest bouts of his young career, Harrison showed that he can balance life and boxing the right way, proving that he's a fighter making a name for himself inside the ring as well as outside of it. Harrison always seems to be well entrenched within the community and always seems to take time out of his busy schedule to meet his fans and also give the local press some interviews, as he did with local legend and boxing lifer Rock Newman, who invited Dusty out to his radio show for an exclusive one-on-one. Everywhere he goes, cameras seem to follow this well-rounded youth. He's a walking celebrity in DC, a clean-cut, good-looking boxer that everyone seems to gravitate towards. Harrison is a throwback of sorts. In a sport that is known for outspoken and charismatic fighters and figures, Harrison is quiet, humble, mature and wise beyond his 18 years, and well-mannered, and he understands how important it is to serve as a role model to young aspiring boxers in the DC area and beyond. Always smiling and gracious, Harrison takes the time to stop and give young kids a memory they can cherish. But when it's all said and done, he's a boxer that doesn't get treated with kid gloves. He's considered a gym rat, and it shows, an early riser who relishes the thought of hitting the ground running. When most of us are in a peaceful sleep and the birds are just waking up, Harrison is getting familiar with the road ahead. Step by step, he runs around the track of life, thinking about his career. He sees himself celebrating greatness. 14-0, and it's just the beginning. Back again, going for the kill. Soto off balance in round number 5. Harrison with a left and then another left. Going for a right. Soto goes down. Soto goes down again. A vicious right, and that might be the night. A Look, Eddie Soto. Oh, he's going to have a hard time getting up. That's it. It's over. No, it's over.
Hello everybody and thanks for joining us. I'm Alicia Loren and tonight you will see in mixed martial arts a new EFC light heavyweight champion crowned, a 5-second knockout at Asylum, and in Muay Thai you will see Rich the Wolverine Bertoli move to 12-1. How about the sweet science of boxing? With Peltz Boxing Promotions, Georgie El Terrible Sosa will show you how pure sportsmanship might get you beat. GFL's Combat Sports Live starts right now.
Touch Love's in the middle of the ring. Oh, wow. Wow. 1-2 combo by Guerreri and a right hand puts Zampese.
Richard Guerreri drops Frank Zampese with the first punch thrown. Both were making their debut. And if you blinked, you missed it.
I'm going to take you behind the scenes tonight for a special edition of Take On Muay Thai 21. We're going to take a look at the fighters, see what they're doing, how they're warming up. So come follow me as we go behind the curtain. Being backstage at a fight show is one of my favorite places to be. It's just like being backstage at any show. Instead, actors rehearse their lines, but here, fighters rehearse their punches, their knees, and their kicks. It's also where you get the last few words of wisdom from your coach or your manager. It's also the moments where you get the final rub down. You get to deal with your anxieties. It's where you get out those last few jitters, put on that song that pumps you up and makes you want to fight. It's a really, really special place.
4 knockdown rules in effect. This is for pros and amateurs. You get knocked down 4 times in an entire fight. The fight is over. Are we clear?
Oh! Why did you decide to do a take-on show at Resorts World Casino?
We wanted to keep the fights close to home for a lot of our local fighters. It's a great venue. It's the first casino in New York City. Casinos and prize fights have always gone hand in hand, so it fits very well. It's a great space, as you could see, so I think it's a good fit for take-on events.
What should they expect when they come to see a take-on show?
I think fans by now should know that when you come to a take-on show, you're going to get the top-of-the-line Muay Thai fighters, as well as great production and great commentators and interviewers as well. But more than anything else, just the best talent of the fighters, amateur and pro, that we have in this country.
So we're here in the Grand Ballroom while crews are setting up and fighters are warming up, and in a few minutes this place will be alive with Muay Thai fans. Oh, beautiful spinning elbow. Jay is now overwhelming Marcus in the corner with elbows.
At number 2, we travel to Valley Forge Casino in King of Prussia for some CFFC action. The main event didn't last long as Kyle, the alley cat Baker, makes quick work of the talkative Anla the Python Singh with a vicious right then left. Just 19 seconds in the bout. Baker and his mustache pick up the win.
Another one. Ooh, he connected with the left. Oh, he's out. He's out. He's out cold.
Wow. On the line, I think the alley cat just earned his bonus right there.
Yeah, it's the main event, bro.
And our GFL #1 KO of the month is a stunning one. We traveled to Harris Chester Casino for XFE 22. In a heavyweight clash between Azuna Zule Anyanwu and Keith Bad News Bell, it was bad news for Anyanwu, as Bell catches him with a crushing right head kick just 12 seconds into the fight.
That's the fight. That's the fight. Caught him with a head kick. Caught him with a head. Knockout.
Anyanwu lay on the mat motionless for several moments before he was taken away on a stretcher by paramedics and was able to move a bit. We wish him well and a speedy recovery back into the cage. But what a price to pay for the GFL top knockout of the month.
Conscious on the mat after taking a terrific head kick.
There are your top 5 GFL knockouts of the month. Remember, you can always visit us at gfl.tv to see them again.
When GFL isn't covering hard-hitting action and events around the globe, we slow things down in the studio with in-depth interviews and breaking news and exclusives like when Amir Mansour announced his title fight against Steve USS Cunningham.
But, you know, as always, you're the first to know things that's going on with me, and I know a few other boxers as well. But, yeah, we fighting April 4th at the Leacourt Center in Temple University, and, you know, I'm going to come and do my thing, be the relentless fighter that I am, and it's going to be a good fight.
Well, it starts April 4th against Steve Cunningham. We wish you the best of luck. Thanks for a couple moments.
Thank you, man. GFL Live all day long.
Congratulations on your victory. Your champ, CFFC welterweight champ, George the Silencer Sullivan.
Welcome back, everyone, to GFL's Combat Sports Live. I'm your host, Rich Quinones, joined in studio by CFFC welterweight champ George Sullivan. And George, let's get to it. I know your upcoming opponent is Jesus Martinez.
Yes, correct.
And I want to talk to you a little bit about his last time out. He fought Chase Owens, and there was a little bit of controversy regarding that fight. Chase Owens talked a lot of nonsense before the fight.
Fighting against Jesus Martinez tonight. Predictions for this fight: first round knockout, second round submission. If he makes it to the third, I'll submit him there.
With that, let's actually go to the videotape, and we see round one, they touch him up. And what's your first, I guess, your initial thoughts on Jesus Martinez?
Well, you know, everyone says he's a striker, but, you know, he seems to always go for takedowns in most of his fights. And I'm not saying he can't strike, you know. Very talented fighter. And he goes for the takedowns right away. And that's where they went wrong with this fight.
And then boom.
That should have been neutral corners. He should have been able to move around. You don't restart a fight like that, right like that.
It could have been inexperience by the ref.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that at all.
I know Jesus Martinez is 8-3. You guys are going to be fighting August 17th at the Borgata. That's going to be CFFC 26. I know a lot of people around CFFC, MMA fans have been saying, hey, there's no love lost between these two. Let's set the record straight. Was there any trash talking? Did anyone call another person out?
No, there was no trash talking. I thought he called me out, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I love that. You know, I want to fight. I can't wait to fight him. We respect each other. We have mutual friends, and I think we're going to have the best fight of the night, and it's going to be exciting.
And I think what's interesting, you got a kid from Philly and a kid from New Jersey. So, boom.
I would love for him to stand up for me. Personally, I don't think he will. Nobody usually stands up with me. But if he wants to, I'm going to have a blast. I love standing up. So I hope he is, because they say he's a striker. But what I get from him, I get him as a jiu-jitsu guy.
It was an absolute pleasure breaking down tape with you. I appreciate it.
You.
Wish you the best of luck. August 17th, Borgata Hotel and Casino, CFFC 26. Jesus Martinez against George Sullivan. We're going to take a quick timeout. GFL's Combat Sports Live rolls along right after this.
You ever call me out again, I will knock your damn teeth out. I want to fight you again, and you're going to fight me healthy, and I will hurt you.
Muay Thai is quickly getting more and more attention as fighters from around the world bring international flair to the sport.
Good evening, fight fans, and welcome to Take On Muay Thai 21. We are here at the beautiful Resorts World Casino, and I'm your host, Phoenix Carnevale.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you joining us for the first time, you are in for a real treat. Tonight, we present the ancient martial arts of Muay Thai.
Conveniently located in the heart of Queens, New York, and right next door to the very famous Aqueduct racetracks, Resorts World Casino is a full entertainment center.
In addition to that, for the first time ever, full Thai rules right here in Queens.
And those bouts are full Muay Thai rules. That means all the action, the elbows, the knees, the kicks, the punches, everything you want to see. His hands, using his jab, using a strong right hand, or going to the body. Oh, beautiful spinning elbow by Jay. Wobbles and blood gushes from the face of Vargas. He is wobbly, and that is it. It is all over. So let's take a look at the replay. As you can see, Mateus backing him up, throwing his knees, using his distance with those elbows, throwing a bunch of beautiful combinations, and then right here backs him into a corner, using his combinations to back him into a corner, and spinning elbow. And Cyrus Washington versus J.R. Hines. Cyrus Washington having a laser beam focus here. Jarrah Hines looking like more of a kickboxer.
Yeah, he looks a little bit too jittery, you know. Could be a bit of nerves, but you know, he might want to keep some of that energy because if the fight goes to the 5th round, you know, you don't want to be too tired then.
Yeah, exactly. Jarrah looking to land a big right hand there. Cyrus Washington staying very calm, keeps a very traditional Thai stance. Here, the way Cyrus Washington is moving and the way his hands are, it kind of reminds me of a King Cobra, like just kind of waiting to see his opponent to strike.
Right.
Jarrah Hines looking a little bit more like a boxer here.
Well, with the movement JR has right now, he seems to be bouncing a lot, so it's just a case of finding the timing, finding the moment to throw the right punch or the right kick, you know?
Yeah. Once
he gets the timing down, then, you know, I can't see it being too long after that.
JR, yeah, just trying to figure out his timing, find his distance. Cyrus keeping a very, very tight guard, pulling his hand out there. Sometimes, you know, you pull your hand out there, it's not necessarily to land, but it's to let your opponent know it's there. Don't be smart, try to step in. Yeah. Ooh, nice kick by Cyrus Washington. Yeah. Inside leg kick there. Cyrus Washington trying to find JR's distance. Oh, and a big kick to the body.
Yeah. That looks like he definitely had to have broken a rib or two there.
Yeah, for him to go down that quickly. Yeah. And again, that didn't look like, it was exactly what you said. It didn't look like it was a big kick. Oh, it's over.
No. It wasn't a big kick at all.
It didn't look like that. It would hurt that bad, and it definitely did damage.
No, I mean, like I said, you know, JR had too much. He had too much erratic movement, you know.
Yeah.
And
Cyrus Washington, well timed, right to the body. Big kick, heel lands right towards the ribs. Big body shot. I mean, that just drains the power right out of you.
Yeah.
The winner of the bout as a result of technical knockout during the 1st round, the blue corner, Cyrus Washington.
Regardless of your combat sport of choice, GFL Network is your 24/7 combat connection, bringing you more events than any other company out there.
Whether your combat sport of choice is MMA, boxing, Muay Thai, or maybe all of them, GFL has you covered.
Our in-house panel of experts deliver all the best blow-by-blow action in MMA, boxing, and Muay Thai.
GFL's writers, commentators, and other personalities are some of the most experienced in the country with extensive knowledge on boxing, Muay Thai, and MMA. You will only find it here on GFL Network, your 24/7 combat connection.